Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your weekly reading here, going from the 30th of September through to the 6th of October. Yeah, new format. So just going through it. We're going to go through the sun quickly and see what's coming through in the way of energies, seeing how that's affecting your elements within your sign. Then we'll get a message, a channeled message from each sort of petals on your financial and your relationship side, and then finish by pulling a couple of sets of cards for the outcome. So that's the general sort of new format. I hope you do enjoy it. Yes, so without further ado, let's just see what's been going on quickly. This is what's been happening with the sun. Let me just open up the Astroflower there. As you can well see, there's been a lot of filament energies, and there's a little eruption that comes off at the top here. Just in the past few days, there was one also in that sort of region as well. So that's been the main sort of things that have been coming through. There has been a change. If you want to know more about the energies of what's going on, please do watch our energy updates. You'll be able to see it all on there. Now seeing what's been going on in the X-ray flux and the KP index. So basically, this is like the aura of the sun, aura of the earth, sorry. It's the magnetic field of the earth. This is about the eruptions that are happening on the sun. And as you can well see, there's a slight uptick. Now, I think this is going to move more into air energy more than anything else. And we're seeing that with a few hurricanes and so forth. On the KP index, we had a slight little... we had a gale, basically. It was a strong wind from that M flare that came off early on in the week. You'll be able to see all about that in the energy updates. So I think it's going to be playing more into sort of our air and our earth energy, and one of the reasons for that is because we have the coronal hole as well that's been going through there. Let's just have a look at see what's going on with your elements and how that will affect you. Now, it's where we're looking for is the air and water combination. So the water elements are the filament energies, those eruptions that I said on the sun. And you can see that's happening here. You've got your water here coming in here, which is a mutable water, and a mutable air that comes in on this side here. You do have that sort of cardinal water that comes through you, that comes from Cancer. And that's about converting sort of past into future sort of scenario. The other places where you have your water is down on your base, but it's mainly that sort of air water connection. So I'd be interested to sort of see what happens in the future self in regards to your finances, of what's pulling you on into your future. And that seems to be the most important thing, and how you engage in that with your on your financial side. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the new system. So let's just pull up the Astroflower, and here we go. We got the full-on reading. So we got the overall energies here. Let's just see what's going on that sort of front there. I think this is more, we were saying on this side here, between the two there, the water element there. I think, and this is the overall energies, the general energies, is something that it's been brewing inside you for some time in regards to sort of relationships and emotions and so forth. And I feel that that's playing more into that. It's about getting something done on that sort of side here. On your financial side, let's just see what's going on there. Yeah, there is a big component up here where we saw this combination of the water and the air, and it's a definite component about your future. It's really, you're keeping an eye on the goal by the looks of things, mainly on that sort of side. Let's just see what we come up in the way of a card for that general energy. Yeah, look at that, the Queen of Swords. Definitely, I think you're sort of, this is air energy again. So that is that mutable air that's coming in on that sort of side there. And it's more sort of in towards Gemini sort of area there. So I think it's all sticking to a process, getting things in order, working them through. That's what seems to be burning out of you, or what you want to do. And on your financial and your relationship side, it's much more of a case of sort of getting on with something, and that's giving you a real direction that you're taking. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side, or your emotional or your spiritual side. The karmic mission is really quite big. That seems to be really important. And also the connection to the world around you, the universe, as it were, that seems to be quite important as well. It's more sort of like you're pulling it in more than anything else. It's like you're trying to create this movement forward in a relationship. You know, maybe it's a case of talking to someone, maybe it's a case of asking someone out, or you know, maybe it's a case of proposing to someone. Whatever it is, it seems like you need to want to sort of take this step forward. And the future self here, it's pulling back into, from here, this section here, it's pulling back into the past more than anything else. And I think that's because that's what's got to be done and got to be enacted in your life. And so what's the message that comes out of this week? What can we get as a way of a message? Time to do, and I think this is what the energy is all about. Last week it was very much on sort of positioning, you know, observing what's going on around us, really sort of like setting things into place. And now this week here seems to be like going forward and doing it. Yeah, you want to go on. You might have been having difficulties within a relationship over the past. Or you know, things might have been a little bit complicated with regards to the relationship. You want, your karmic path is to take it onto karma shores and get things moving forward, which we said earlier on. On the universal energies, you get the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is all about sort of healthy boundaries. So I think this is where I think you're pulling the universe into you. You're pulling the life into you, which is really good. But it's under your conditions, as it were. It's not under anybody else's conditions. And that's what I mean. I think you've come from something that's been quite tumultuous, sort of like difficult in the past, a little bit heavy in regards to relationships. And I don't think you want that anymore. I think you're laying down the conditions, or you should be laying down the conditions this week in order for you to live the sort of relationships that you want to live on your sort of terms, in a way. And that's your future self. Yes, we saw that cardinal water that came through in this section here, and it seems to be playing into your happiness. So happiness is a real driving force for you to go forward. And if you feel things that are happening for you in regards to relationships, you know, if you just feel yourself laughing easily, then I would, you know, follow those connections that you have with people that are around you. On the general outcome, yeah, it's getting things done. As I said earlier on that messages that came in from the lessons that need to be learned from this week, it's all about doing good quality work, and it's changing this aspect here. It's putting in healthy boundaries in regards to relationships that might have been quite heavy and difficult for you in the past, and that seems to be the thing that's completely changing for you. And it's becoming, you know, there's a lot more joy that comes out of this. And if you're having moments of joy and happiness with someone, or if you find that talking to someone about one subject is a bit complicated, but talking about another subject with the same person is actually really joyous, then therefore I would push on that side there and really get that sort of part of your life, you know, really clear with the people that are around you, because that's what the healthy boundaries are all about. And once you can do that, you can really let go, and it looks like a very, very productive week for you. Let's just see what's going on your financial side. On the financial side, you've got the karmic path here. This is playing into the past. As I said, I think there is you're definitely on a mission, and you've got your head down and you're driving forward in that mission. That's what it seems like. And it's on your karmic path to do that. You've set this ball rolling, and I would go for it. Let's just see what's going on the universal connections. This is much more external than on your relationship side, but it's also about good quality connections. And it could be a case here of redefining those good quality connections that you have with people. And this could be partners, this could be work colleagues, this could be sort of people you work with in regards to a project, or, you know, could be like renovating a house, could be changing the way in which you work with the builders or the architect that's doing it, and so forth. You know, or buying a new house, new relationship with lawyers and so forth. That's what it seems to be. On your past self is very solid. It's very straight up. But yeah, it's not like there's no change here. It's like kind of going, I think this isn't tied into the karmic path. There's no change. It's like you're just going on and getting on. On your future self, okay, there's two parts to this. There's one part that is like bread and butter. It's like you're approaching a project or a business or some sort of thing like that, where it's a case where you're there's certain things that need to be done. I think it was Roald Dahl who sort of said, if you want to write a masterpiece, you've got to write, trash. It's like if you want to sell croissants, you got to do a decent, baguette. It's almost like lost leaders, but it's not. This is not a lost leader. This is more of a case of kind of going, you've got certain things that are really working, just concentrate on them. Not concentrate on them, just allow them to happen rather than concentrate on them. But then you have another aspect of it which is really pushing out to the future, which is that development stage. And I think you're really constructing something very, very solid in your life in regards to job and business and projects and what have you. What's the message that was coming out for this week here? Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. That's what's coming out for you, Taurus, on the message. Yeah, look at that. That's the plan. And that's the emotional side. We saw that there was a lot of water here, down in this section here. There's water that comes in. Is water that comes in on both sides here for you. It's all about emotionally knowing. It's like knowing, within you the path that you should be doing. And it's so obvious to you that there's no other choice. So you're just ploughing on. And it's sticking to the plan. That's what it's all about. It's okay. This is from the universe, so you get the Ace of Wands. This is what I'm talking about. Sort of, I don't think it's necessarily. It could well be you meeting someone new. It could be a case of that, who's connected to your business, or you getting job offer and so forth. That is very, very possible. But also at the same time, I think it's more of a case because of this ploughing on factor. I think it's basically a new way of how you engage with your business partners, with your work colleagues, with the people that you work around you. And I think it breeds for a really much more sort of passionate engagement. And I think it's because you can see the opportunities in the future. And it's a case of flying with it. Just fly with it. And from your past, you get the Four of Swords. As I said, I think in the past, I think it is what it is. I think you know the plan, and you're very comfortable with that. I think you're very at ease with what you're doing and where you're going in regards to your job and your business and your projects. It just feels like you're totally at one with the path that you're taking, and it's making you feel at home with yourself. In the future self, you get the Judgment card. I couldn't. I had foreman in my mind, or foreman, like a foreman, like a manager or something like that. So it could be a case of you getting a job as a manager or a foreman, or looking after a shop or something like that, or looking after a business. But this is all about the sort of construction or the solid base that you have that's working. But pay attention to where it's all going. And that's why I said sort of like, I think you're very good at sort of seeing the opportunities within life. And therefore, I think in the future, you've got to seize upon them. And what is this sort of like? We'll see with the Light Seers card. Let's see with the Light Seers card. Because the Light Seers cards, when we do the second reading, the second pull, that's all about how the influences are coming in from the outside world. This is what's coming in from you, basically, or what you're putting out there. And in your just do it. Just go ahead and do it. Get into alignment with yourself. Really get into alignment with yourself about what you want in the way of sort of results in regards to your job, your business, and your projects. And here is totally being in alignment with yourself, so you can. And part of that alignment is also going after the next level. It could be going after a promotion. This is what this could be. You're very comfortable in the job that you're doing. You're very comfortable in the business you are. And now you want to push it to the next level and get that promotion. And in order to do that, you've really got to be in alignment with yourself and really on form. And I think following the plan of what you know that you should be doing, that's where it should come out really well. Let's just see what the influences are from the outside world, as it were. We got the Queen of Swords with the Wheel of Fortune. If you just take this path here, and I think this is what the influencing energy is sort of saying to you, if you take this path, I think that's what's going to give you the good results. In order for you, once you do start sort of taking that path, that's when you're going to sort of feel that you're actually making a lot of progress in your life in regards to your relationships, and your progress will be determined about your happiness more than anything else. So that seems to be quite important for you. Let's just see what's going on with the Six of Swords. You've got the Ten of Wands. Yeah, I think this is where you've got to, move away from trying to do everything for everybody and so forth, and position yourself in certain relationships that will give it a lot of clarity. There's no ending of this relationship, but it's more a case of shifting the connection with the person into a certain category rather than trying to do it on all levels. With the Nine of Wands, you get the Five of Wands. Yeah, I think what you're doing is with these healthy boundaries, you will be avoiding complications. You will be avoiding confrontation with the world around you. As I said, there's certain people that, you talk to them on one subject and it can be a very heated debate. You talk to them on another subject and it's going to be really good fun. And that's where I think, this is what you're learning here. Yeah, exactly. From the universe here, from the energy that's coming on the outside, according to your past, it's helping you to learn a lot about how you've just taken on too much in the past and start streamlining things and just planting that seed of joy within your life. And once you do, it's going to make every relationship a much more enjoyable thing rather than hard work, as it were. Yeah, look at that. You get Judgment again. This is good judgment on both sides here. So I think, your happiness is going to be your judgment. And I think the happiness within your workspace is most definitely down to the idea of you following your plan. But also on your relationship side, it's a real ascension moment once you start implementing things within your life and implementing the way in which you engage with people around you. Once you start doing that, that's when I do believe you're going to get the good results of happiness. Basically, you're going to make each relationship a very sort of joyful and positive thing. Yeah, that's what you're working on, basically. We get this here. Sorry, I'm just trying to pick up that card. With the with the Eight of Pentacles, you get the King of Cups, and this is what's coming in for you. And I think if you put in the work, I think energy around you is going to really help you redefine your certain relationships and open up to other relationships. It's going to be very nice for you. On your financial side, you get the Hangman, seeing things differently. I think this is seeing things differently according to connections that you already have that you should be doing in regards to your business. And it's going to be redefining as well. This is a redefining week for you. This is very good. Seeing how those connections work. So then it will allow you to focus on the opportunities within your career path or your business or your projects. Yeah, the sun comes out again. It's on your karmic path this time here, on your financial side. And I think the world is sort of saying to you, don't be afraid to enjoy yourself whilst imposing yourself upon the world. And you don't have to impose yourself sort of saying, I want that. I want that. Hang on a second. I seem to have lost my Astroflower. Let me just go back and see what's going on there. Sorry. Just bring her back up. See, this is all the new sort of thing. So yeah, here we go. There's the Astroflower back up. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think this is like you're redefining this where you can impose yourself upon the world around you in a very joyous way, in a very happy way, rather than forcing it. That's what I feel. And I think this is where you're starting to see there's other ways to There's other ways to, redo things. I want to say skin the cat, and I said I wasn't going to say that anymore. Forgot what I was going to say in its place. There's a multitude of ways of making the sandwich, and I think this is where you've got to enjoy the engagement as much as the victory, more than anything else. And yeah, this is it. This is bringing things to the surface in your connections with sort of work colleagues, with sort of business partners, with people around you. And I think when you look at things and bring things to the surface, it's going to re-engage that sort of interaction with the people that are around you. That's going to it's going to be very joyous. I think it's going to re-initiate the passion that you have for the people and the things that are around you. You got the Four of Wands with the Four of Swords. This is, as I said in the past, 4 and 4, very solid energy, doesn't really move. 4 and 4 is like you're moving into a new dimension because you found your place, and that's okay, but you're not satisfied with that. You feel comfortable with where you are, and it's moving on, and that's what I was talking about, sort of like becoming a manager, or definitely a promotion going on. And it could be if you're running a business, it could be or doing a project. It's a real sort of a development of that sort of side of life. Yeah, sticking to the plan. That's what I said. Stick to the plan. You've got that plan in place, and that judgment card there is almost as like you're getting an opportunity in the near future because of the way in which you're readjusting your engagement with the world around you. You're opening up the next stage of the plan, as it were, opening up for you. And when you just go ahead and do it, and you get in alignment with yourself, you're going to start seeing the fruits that are available, the fruits that the rewards or the success in your career path, in your business and your projects. You're going to see the things that are really working. You're going to get the good results from them, which will allow you to expand a lot in regards to in your life in general. If it starts working well within your financial world, it's going to be much easier for you to start opening up to the idea of taking out loans for buying a house or car or whatever, just developing your comfort within your life as well at the same time. There you go, Taurus. Thanking you very much for being with us. Really do appreciate it. Sorry about the slight hiccups. It is the new formula. It will be coming a lot easier in the future. Hope you do enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, it'd be lovely to have your subscription and your faith in the channel. I will speak to you soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.